Alright, tried out Anthem for the first time last night, and if you're watching on my YouTube, I'm slowly uploading each individual video of my Tales, but since they're like hours long, it takes fucking forever, so I've been doing that since last night. So I'm going to upload all my Tales videos, then I'm going to upload all my Crackdown, then I'm going to upload all my Far Cry New Dawn, and then I'm going to upload my first play hours of Anthem, which is about 2 hours long. I didn't progress any since the last stream. I grinded their weapons up a little bit so that way they have more skills, but even then, like, I think the only big significant thing is I think Yuri leveled up once. Since I lost access to Baul from the cutscene, I can't go to like my grinding spot on the map to level up a lot. And I know I was complaining about it in my last stream where I was like, God, these guys don't give shit for XP, because they don't. In the beginning, 1,000 XP was a fuck ton, but whenever you have like 20 to 30,000 for level up, it means absolutely nothing. See, even when I do a combination, I don't even get 2,000, I get 1,500. So, like, yeah, it takes 30-something thousand for me to level up. These guys are fucking chumps. Might as well just take them all at once.
I suppose I could try.
Anyway, now that I'm a few minutes into my stream, it should let me access my video. Basically, if you don't know, I used to use my PC a lot to check my stream chat, but like, whenever I don't get anyone, I just kind of start using my phone until my stream chat picks up. Because I'll catch everything on my phone as long as I leave it open. There is the rare chance I'll miss something, and I will apologize. But hardly happens. The phone can handle it when it's just a few people. The computer handles it better whenever it's like a handful. So like whenever I was playing Fable, that was when I realized, oh shit. You fucking pricks. Okay, so that mage fucked us up. And if you're wondering, yeah, our party literally sucks without Estellise, because like you need a healer, and like even though her AI is really dumb if you don't give it specific commands, hell, sorry, I set up a bunch of alarms. I gave it a shit ton of commands. Fuck your phone, don't tell me hi. I had, whenever I was trying to fight that monster that was like the Giganto that was like level 62, I was very well aware that I could beat it, but the problem was is like either Estellise kept being targeted or she would run in and fight. He got to the point where I just literally had to spam limit bottles. Rita's spells become so powerful and AoE attacks that like come the end of the game, it's almost dumb to not include her. Not to mention Estelle's AoE healing evolves fucking So then it's basically like, who do I want as my fourth? And that really just comes down to personal preference. But honestly, I think if you play this game, you have to have at least Esteliz in your party. But like, it's always good to have one magic user. But it's either Esteliz or Rita, because the rest of them are physical attacks. Like, he's a range attack. Him and her are quick attacks. He's a strong slow attack, and she is random. Like, her literal character is just, I'm gonna do all this crazy, weird, wacky shit and make it funny. And like, she even has like different modes. So like, every time you start a battle, it'll show what mode she's in. And with every mode change, she has different attacks. She's the unpredictable attacker, because she could just be using pistols, then she could switch to like just randomly cooking shit and like burning the enemies. She's fucking weird, but she's also one of the most powerful characters you have.
Now that's teamwork! Finish that?
I won't run into any Giganto monsters currently that I'm aware of. Aww.
Sorry, but you're going bye-bye.
I'll blow you away!
I've always had a thing for like the worlds of the Tales games, because like no matter how much fantasy they put into it, they always find a way to like somehow mix the starting age of like technology. So it's really kind of neat. But what did I just get? It wasn't a weapon, was it? No, I don't think so. No. Carol has 2 weapons left. I think she's got 1. The Anubis, and that should be it. I have the real Knight Sword, and that's it. And then I'm probably just gonna go back to Dane Nomos. I know there's a puzzle for that, but I can't do it right now. Either I have to level up this ring, or some shit. I really don't know what I got out of that fucking chest, though, because I accidentally tapped A too fast, and that's super dumb. But that's a thing. Fuck you, Robitch. I know where all the angels are now. So one's a weapon and one's just a random fucking item, I'm guessing. Good, that's fine. Well, once he gets his weapon done. So now they all have new weapons, that's kind of neat. Well, I mean, the dog and the old man, who I had maxed everything out for at one point. Ugh. All right. More plot. I apologize for the length of my last stream. I was so into it that I forgot to stop the stream, and it went on for 6 hours, which is probably one of the longest streams I've ever had.
A Critian? No.
Meet Chroma, special advisor to the Imperial Knights.
Alexei's.
Then she's an enemy? No, I am not. For the time.
That's not a very comforting way to put it. If you're here to fight, fine. If not...
Who is it you would fight for?
What do you mean?
That poor, pathetic young girl? She doesn't need your...
You bitch.
You are being really vague. Come.
I cannot know what that one saw in all of you, but I wish for you to stop him. Okay, that made no sense. Did anybody get what she was trying to say?
She doesn't realize what Alexei saw in us, but she wants us to stop him.
Maybe she wants us to stop Alexei?
Maybe...
Yes, Estelle should be just up ahead.
Maybe it was more like, go nail that guy's butt to the wall.
I could handle that.
One thing I dislike about JRPGs is, like, whenever they get to a certain point and they're like, it doesn't... oh wait, I already have the Elder Cloak. Oh yeah, I also forgot I sold most of my basic items. They don't give an XP for me to give a shit. Okay, I'm confuzzled. From 1 to 4, front to back, dark to light, stray from this and disaster shall follow. Oh no, I've got to do the puzzle with the fucking angel wings now, don't I? Fuck you, bro. Will it at least let me interact with these now? Yep. Disaster follows if I don't do it right. What's disaster? Oh, it's just one fight.
some more.
So now I have access to those things with my rings. Which makes it really dumb. Because I literally tried it earlier and it wouldn't fucking let me, but I had to get to this point in the plot for it to let me. I know that's pacing, but it pisses me off.
This looks like fun.
That's not the right one either.
Den of this modest land. Infernal Emperor, rise from the depths of the earth. Corruption! Surging rage, run through that which blocks our future. Gathering flames of darkness, treat our terrors to the strains of your terrible song.
There's no way we're gonna lose.
From 1 to 4, front to back. Oh, that's Princess Estelle and Dane Nomos now that I notice it. I never paid attention to the statue or the angels. The statues are of Princess Estelle or of the Child of the Full Moon. And then the sword is Dane Nomos. It's actually kind of neat. This better be fucking 1.
Come on, let's do this!
How is the order of that wrong?
Flames of darkness, treat our dear guests to the strains of your terrible song.
Or is this considered back and the area by the fucking front is considered...
Alright, who's next?
Face me.
Den of this modest land.
There's no way we're gonna lose.
So that's 4. So I'm gonna guess it's top right. Because if I... Wait, does this lead me back to the main entrance? Yeah, it does. What happens if I go left? No. So if the bottom right one is 4, this one has to be 2. Which means I have to run up and back, up and back, up and back. Yeah, fuck you. If they would have put all these in one area and just let me fucking do the puzzle there, that would have been better. Because this is just needless fucking running around for dumb shit. So I'm guessing it's top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right. I stopped it before.
Eliminate them.
One of these days when I get into editing, I think I'm just going to do an edit of my very disappointed reactions to getting into battle when I don't want to be in battle.
Oh, sharpened rage, run through that which blocks our future. Oh, infernal Emperor, rise from the depths of the earth. Priest of innocent waters. Oh, infernal Emperor, rise from the depths of the earth.
That wasn't too bad.
Oh, by the way, that the Air Sword Zephyrus that Esteliz I synthesized, these guys just drop it like it's nothing. It's so dumb. I think I have like 10 of them now. It does say from front to back, so my guess would be that it's probably the order I said earlier. Earth, wind, fire, and air, and we don't care. Fucking, how is that one Scooby-Doo song like ingrained in my head since I was a child? If you don't know, Scooby-Doo back in the day went through like a soft continuation. It wasn't so much a reboot, but it was like the animation style changed, the people changed, etc. And it was right around the time before What's New Scooby-Doo. So like they did a bunch of movies. They did like the Phantom Virus. They did like the Witch one, and they did a Werecat one, where instead of werewolves, it was werecats, and it wasn't like dumb. It was like actually one of the darker Scooby-Doo movies I've ever watched. And then that one had zombies, so like it was a town that was murdered by the werecats. And like, ironically, that all three of those movies were a bit more brutal and hardcore, and had some like really disturbing animations for like villain deaths or character deaths in the past. So it was
Let's eliminate
actually
them.
kind of super fucked. But basically, they introduced a group of Wiccans that were also a rock band, and at the time it wasn't like, oh, that sounds super dumb and that's not cool. It was actually kind of like well thought out, and the characters were interesting. It wasn't just like trying to appeal to the youth. It was actually kind of neat. But basically, when they did What's New Scooby-Doo, they brought the Wiccan girls back like a bunch of times. So it was a little interesting. Because it basically established like, hey, Scooby-Doo is chronological or whatever at that point. Because up until then, like, they would constantly reboot Scooby-Doo. They had the original Scooby-Doo. Then they had the Something Nights. And then they had What's New Scooby-Doo, and now they're continuing the Halloween Nights, the Monster Night, whatever the fuck it was called. They're continuing that, and basically by continuing that, they've established that every Scooby-Doo up until What's New Scooby-Doo was just continuations. So the only ones that aren't actual continuations are the weird one with a really weird animation for Scooby that I fucking hated. It was like the current one, and then they did like Mystery Inc. one before that. Those aren't canon to the original series, at least. And then they did like a children's one where they were all little kids, but that one's under wraps just because like everyone kind of did like the little kid version of their anime. Like Tom and Jerry had a little kid version and all that shit, and that's basically when they thought it was cool, so they did it for Scooby-Doo. But basically, by having all those movies and all that shit correlating, the original Scooby-Doo, the Something Nights with Scrappy-Doo and Daphne, because it didn't have Velma or Fred hardly at all. It was Scooby, Shaggy, Scrappy, and Daphne most of the time. But those are just a continuation that like lets you know, like, if you've been watching it from the beginning, that like there's little Easter eggs or like nods toward the fan base. It doesn't directly state it, but like with certain facts it does, and then they like talk about shit from like way back when. So it's kind of neat. Ironically, whenever and I know it's probably dumb, I'm talking about Scooby-Doo, but whenever the first series of Scooby-Doo came out, they released like VHS tapes with like the secrets of the Mystery Gang, and it was kind of just like one of those things where, like, you know how like when someone makes a series, sometimes they like do Easter eggs or something to take the piss out of it. It was basically that, and like in it, it was like, did you know Shaggy was originally fat? And it shows like his original pant size, and it's fucking massive. And it's like, yeah, him running from monsters made him lose like 300 pounds. That shit was funny. I love that shit as a kid. I think I still have that exact VHS somewhere at my aunt's house.
Astounding. I thought that crash would have been the last of...
If we hadn't been lucky, you just might have gotten your wish. You can let her go now and save yourself some pain.
Sorry to be a bore, but let's say
I'd be happy to decide.
The princess was splendid. Her power... Every person has a role, and the princess...
If she's done her part, then we'll take her back.
As you wish.
Her eyes are soulless. And she has new weapons. That's not what I left her with. She's gotten stronger.
Still! Snap! Wait, it looks like she's been...
That's not.
What would you do with the princess now? Her power has finally been controlled. Blastia that go out of control.
Don't talk about Estella!
Oh, but the princess was a tool, as were you, Schwan. And since you...
Sorry, but you buried that poor schmuck alive yourself.
We all have a role to play, but each
Even though so many live such meaningless, mundane...
If they choose that life, then so what?
You have no right to decide whether they're meaningless or not.
How unfortunate. We will never see eye to eye.
Oh, what the fuck?
Estelle, don't do this!
I have to fight Estelle?
This
Oh, she doesn't fuck around.
Estelle! Cut it out! I can't! I can't hurt her!
Estelle!
Estelle, come on!
Estelle! Snap out of it!
Guess we don't have a choice.
Well, she's already down to half health. Damn, she's tough though.
He's doing.
Cleaning up the earth!
This is only hard because I don't have a healer.
Don't reach rise! I'm using this!
Dragon Sword!
Through that which blocks our future!
Oh, what? She kicked all her asses?
Thanks to you, this new key to replace Dane Nomos is now complete. As a show of my appreciation, the awakening of the...
Ah, what the fuck? Sorry. I put a bunch of alarms on my phone. One second, let me turn those off. What the fuck is that? I remember a water level. Now I guess I know what it's like. Or a water temple. but I thought it was whenever we came to the castle that it was flooded. My memory's a little foggy. It's been a while since I played this.
What is...
We saw that at Miorza.
It's that ring we saw on the mural.
Behold, the greatest remnant of the ancients, the enduring Shrine of Zalde, the ultimate Blastia, which once obliterated the catastrophe that threatened our world.
That's a Blastia?
Maybe you could save this little speech until you get some alone time.
The show, I am afraid. Now, Princess, do your friends the favor of separating their heads from their body.
Damn.
None of this would have happened if you hadn't insisted on coming. Oh, how the poor girl will feel.